to work. That's amazing. Okay, good afternoon, everybody, here at PMC and online. Happy Guru Rinpoche Day. We're just waiting for folks to get set up, and then we'll get started. Hopefully everybody has a binder. We're going to use that binder to work through the liturgy today. So we're going to start on page 1 and do the opening prayers. And then we'll flip to page 67 and work through the shower of blessings, Tsok liturgy. Tsok means feast offering in Tibetan. So that's what we're doing today. Those of you at home, it would be good if you had some food materials and some wine laid out on your table in front of you. And through the practice, you'll know when to eat or drink that feast offering. Welcome to all of you who are new to PMC. Padmasambhava Meditation Center. We are a center that practices in the Dujum Tersar lineage of the Nyingma tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. That's a lot of Tibetan words. It essentially means that our teacher, Chögyé Tukul Rinpoche, was a close student of His Holiness Dujum Rinpoche, who is on the right shoulder of the Buddha, up there on the altar. And His Holiness Dujum Rinpoche brought many profound practices into the world during the early 20th century. And so those are the practices that we do here on Thursday nights and on Sunday mornings when we host practices. They're pretty basic, kind of entry-level shamatha or calm abiding practices, kind of working with the 4 foundations of mindfulness and a real basic, stable approach to meditation. And then when we do these kinds of ritual offerings, it's a bit more into the Tibetan practice of these lineages. What else to say? Yeah, welcome. We're glad you're here. On every 10th day of the lunar month is when we offer this feast in the Shower of Blessings liturgy. We never quite know when that is, so you can look on our website to find out when the next offering day will be. Great, well, let's get started. We'll turn to page 1. I'm going to read the liturgy in both English and Tibetan, and Barbara is going to help me manage the actual physical actions of the ritual offerings. If you pay attention to the English as we go through, you'll see what we're actually doing, and at times I'll pause and kind of prompt what visualizations we're supposed to be doing during that portion of the practice. But I won't say much, because if I say a lot, then it'll take us 3 hours to get through the practice, and we would rather be efficient. If you have questions, write them down, and we can talk afterward. Yeah. Great. So we'll start with the verses of prayer to the 8 noble auspicious ones. But before that, take a few minutes. We just did a lot of preparation, and everybody, drove to get here. Let's take a minute just to sit quietly and let our subtle bodies kind of arrive with our physical bodies here. You can notice your feet in the palms of your hands. And your shoulders in the base of your skull. And once your body starts feeling settled, you may notice your breath moving through it. Concentrate for a minute or two on your breath. With your body and breath working together as an integrated system, you can turn your focus toward the thoughts that may be arising in your mind as we sit quietly. And as is traditional in the Tibetan practices we do here, take a moment to call in your support network. This is the process of taking refuge. And once you feel supported, you can examine your motivation. What brought you here today to PMC to offer this practice together in community? If you're not connecting with anything, or if you don't like what you found, you can make a new motivation. The traditional training for motivation is connected with practicing for the benefit of all beings. That perhaps our small effort today to feed people and beings may truly benefit and be of benefit in the greater vision of the world. Great, and we'll start on the top of page 1. Om nang si nang dak rang shin lun zhe bei ta shi chok ju xing na shuk pa yi sang ge che dang gen den bak bei tsok kun la chak tse dak chak ta shi sho de me ge bo zel den dun zhe gong jam pe gen pe ge ja pel dam pa kun la gong pa gya che drak pe chen lun po tar pak zel dak pel dang ni sim chen tam che la gong drak pe pel i tsim ze pa zel ra drak pel de tsin sam te pe ta shi pe pe we de wa shek ba ge la chak tse lo Jampe shunu peldin dorje zin Chenre Ziwang Gongpo Jampe Bel, Sai Ningpo Dripa Nambar Zel, Namka Ningpo Baksho Kundu Zang, Utpel Dorje Bekar Lushing Dong, Norbo Dawa Reldri Nimai, Chaksen Lengnam Tashi Pelgi Cho, Changchup Sempa Gela Chaktelo, Rinchen Dukchok Dashi Serkinya, Duchong Bumsang Iyong Kamala, Nyendang Dundung Punso Pewe U, Minup Gyatsin Wangyur Korlo De, Rinchen Takchok Geki Chaksen Chen, Chokdu Gyawa Churchin Geke Ma, Getsong Owo Dempe Pepewe, Tashi Hamo Gela Chaktelo, Tangba Chenbo Dejung Seme U, Migdong Dendang Gyapo Yukor Song, Pake Bedang Luwang Mingmi Zang, Namde Sete Hladze Korlo Dang, Tishu Ladang Duntung Dorje Chen, Biwam Raji Choten Gyatsen Zin, Sasum Nisung Gelek Tashi Pel, Jingten Kyongwa Gela Chakselo, Dakchak Dengde Chawa Tsombala, Gedang Ewa Tsewa Kunjine, Dödön Papel Samdön Yinshin Drup, Tashi Dele Punsum Tsok Bar Sho. In English on page 1. Om. In the natural, spontaneously present, perfectly pure, phenomenal existence, to all who dwell in the auspicious realms of the 10 directions, the Buddhas, Dharmas, and the assemblies of noble Sangha, I prostrate and pray that all may be auspicious for myself and all others. To Drume Gyalpo Tselden Dundrup Gong, Jampa Gempe Gedrak Pel Dampa, Kunla Gongpa Gyache Drakpel Chen, Lunpo Tarpak Seldrak Pel and Ni. Noble ones known for your consideration of all sentient beings, noble ones known for your superior display of enlightened activities that grant mental satisfaction. Merely hearing your names increases all glory and auspiciousness. I prostrate to the 8 Sugatas. To the youthful Manjusri, the glorious Vajra holder, the powerful Avalokiteshvara, the noble protector Maitreya, Sai Ningpo, Dripar Namparcel, Namkai Ningpo, the supreme noble Kuntuzangpo, Utpel Dorje, Bekar, Lushing, and Norbu Dawa Raudri Nima, holders of the excellent hand emblems of supreme noble good fortune, I prostrate to the 8 Bodhisattvas. The supreme jeweled umbrella, the auspicious golden fish, the wish-fulfilling vase, the mind-pleasing Kamala flower, the conch of fame and glory, the fully endowed endless knot, the eternal victory banner, the all-powerful wheel, you who hold these 8 supreme precious signs offered to the conquerors of all directions and times. Attractive maidens of pleasure, to recall your nature increases all that is noble. I prostrate to the 8 goddesses of good fortune. Tsangpa Chenpo Dejung Seme U, Migtong Den and Gyalpo Yukor Song, Pake Po and Luang Mikmisang, Namtu Se and Lhadze Korlo, holders of the trident, short spear, and vajra, vina, sword, stupa, and banner of victory, who make auspiciousness and positivity grow in the 3 realms. I prostrate to the 8 guardians of the world. Concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, by pacifying all obstructions and unwanted harm, may the noble and meaningful increase and all wishes be accomplished. May good fortune, happiness, and prosperity be fully endowed. We'll say the next prayer, the 7-line prayer, to Guru Rinpoche 3 times. And then once in English. Humorgen yugin upjang tam, Bemage Sardongbola Yatsen Choking Drupni Bema Jungne Shesutak Kordu Kandro Mangbekor Kegi Jesu Dakdrugi Chingi Lobche Shek Susa Guru Bema Siddhi Hong Hong Orgen Yugi Nup Jang Sam Bema Ge Sardong Bola Yatsen Choking Erdupni Bema Jungni Shesutak Kordu Gandro Mangbekor Kegi Jesu Dakdrugi Chingi Lobche Shek Susa Guru Bema Siddhi Hong Hong Orgen Yugi Nup Jang Sam Bema Ge Sardong Bola Yatsen Choking Erdupni Bema Jungne Shesutak Kordu Kandro Mangbekor Kegi Jesu Dakdrugi Chingi Lobche Shek Susa Guru Bema Siddhi Hong. Hung at Oregon's northwestern frontier on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many Dakinis, so that I may become like you, please come and grant your blessings. Guru Pema Siddhi Hong. And page 9, the prayer to the three bodies of the Guru. Ema Ho. Töre töki ingi shinkamsu chöni dusam kega me pengang chajalun Tsok dewa chembergu namga shindu tukje chörime lama chöki kola solwadem orgen pema jungne la solwadem 대체 lun기를 배신 감수 구송 덕당 윤된 드내기 예생아된 대화식 베쿠 특제 제작나 속소솔된 라마 롱주조 굴라소와데 organ 베마 중네라소와데 mikjejikden dakpesin kamsu tukjejen bodo wedun lache gangla gangdu tapki roden se dedang machen data dusumgi nama drupe gola sowadeb organ bema jungne la sowadeb. Wondrous. In the pure realm of the fundamental space of reality, free from elaboration, the actual nature beyond the three times, origination and cessation, is the body of great bliss, naturally complete and aimless, compassion like the sky, without bias or point of reference. Dharmakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the pure realm of spontaneously present great bliss are the embodiments of the Buddha's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activity, the body of the thus guns ones, endowed with the fivefold primal knowing, revealing each and every of the various manifestations of compassion. Sambhogakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the realm of the innate purity of this conditioned universe, manifest through great compassion for the sake of sentient beings, Emanations act to benefit beings through skillful means suited to each individual. Those passed on to come and present, Nirmanakaya Gurus of the three times, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. I'm going to offer a quick prayer called Cloud Banks of Blessings, a prayer for calling the Guru from afar. It was written by His Holiness Duja Rinpoche Pema Shepa, who's on the shrine, who left us quite early, some months ago. You don't have this in your book, but I'm going to offer it anyway. Rang na min ying ne terdel chegulama du jom ling ba kien o tawa kada long du tigle chegur ming ze Rang jin sa wei xing ne lun zhe long ku lama ye xie dor jie qian o gen pa sen ang du le lo u ma qing xing Gak me tuk chi long ne sembe tuku lama Pema shepa kiano chepa palang drawar Tsade chingwa zhe Rang rik dengi lama kusam yerme ngang ne Gupe so wa dem so Wang shi chin lap de zi Dak yu min ro de jik From self-arisen Akanishta, the pure realm above all, Dharmakaya Guru, beyond elaboration, Dujom Lingpa, please consider me. And in the expanse of the primordially pure view, ripen the essence as Dharmakaya. From the Buddha fields of natural wakefulness, spontaneously present Sambhogakaya Guru, Yeshe Dorje, please consider me. And in the luminosity of meditation, bind the karmic winds in the central wisdom channel. From the expanse of unconfined compassion, Nirmanakaya Guru, perfect with the major and minor marks, Bima Shepa, please consider me. And through conduct that transcends accepting and rejecting, release the knots in the wisdom channels. To the ultimate Guru, self-cognizing awareness, from the indivisible union of the three kayas, I bow down with respect. May the blessed nectar of the four empowerments ripen our minds that they become free. Page 11. Ngun se rik zin nu den dor je tsel ma ong de she me pa ta ye sha ta da pi jung gyal tseb jog ben o Jigjel yeshe dorje so wadem. In the past, the awareness holder Nuden Dorje Tsel. In the future, the Buddha Mupa Tai. In the present, Padmasambhava's regent Dropen in person. Jigdrel yeshe dorje, to you I pray. O min chöki yingi podragne du sum sangye kungi ngoni rang sem chökungun sum tön zebe ca we la me shapla so wade. Within the palace of the fundamental space of reality, the unsurpassed pure realm is the essence of all the Buddhas of the three times. You who actually introduced the Dharmakaya of my own mind, root Guru, at your feet, I pray. And now we'll turn to page 67, and actually we'll get started on page 69. So those prayers were preliminary. They were the beginning parts to kind of get us in the right mindset to perform the ritual. At this point, we're going to start the actual ritual, the shower of blessings. This is a practice, as it says on page 67, practice of the guru connected with the 7-line prayer and a feast offering. Usually when Chögyal Rinpoche is here leading, he will say something like, no empowerment is needed to practice this beautiful ritual. However, if it's your first time through it or if it's unfamiliar to you, you can just sit and relax your mind and be positive and think of good things as we go through. In order to understand a ritual like this, we must practice it over and over and over to familiarize ourselves with what's going on and what we're supposed to do and all the different things. And so if anything becomes confusing, just relax. It's okay. You don't have to say the Tibetan right or the Sanskrit right. We're all kind of in process. So let's begin. Kadak chogu be ma te bak me, long che zogu be ma kun du chang, tu be gung o zoge dor je la, so wa dep so da kyu chingi lo. Yang chen tu ba ye she tsögel ma, long ne da tro zil nge pa tse, kya da jambe de we ni ma la, so wa dep so da kyu chingi lo. Chen lab ka ba gyur meng e dun wang, Rike kyap tak du jum dro de ling, ka din sum din za we la ma la, so wa dep so tak yu ching gi lo, de dar so wa tap me chin lap ki, min che wang do dang sing nyam pa dak, re ni lam le nyen drup dar chin te, kun sang pe ma ka re ku to sho. Original purity, Dharmakaya Padma, limitless longevity, Sambhogakaya Padma, holder of all. Essential face of Nirmanakaya, lake-born Vajra Lord. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. Emanation of Saraswati, Mother Yeshe Tsögyal, Zilnun Gepatel, who deciphered the symbols in the fivefold inner expanse. Lord of Refuge, Jampil Dewe Nima, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Gyurme Ngedong Wangpo, destined to receive the blessings. Dujom Drodo Lingpa, refuge embodying the 100 families. Root Guru, so kind in the 3 ways. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. By the blessing of praying in this way, the maturing empowerments are received with Samaya pristine. On the path of the 2 stages, perfecting the approach and accomplishment, may I attain the body of the lotus-born, total goodness. And we'll continue on page 71. We're going to say this first refuge prayer 3 times. Hurik tong o tsoke pe ma jong, kyap ne kundung o mor kyap su chi, si de lo bor to pe dro wa kun, tu parang sang ka da long do shun. Hurik tong o tsoke pe ma jong, kyap ne kundung o bor kyap su chi, si de lo bor tru pe dro wa kun, tu parang sang ka da long de sho. Hurik tong o tsoke pe ma jong, Kyab ne kun du ngo wor kyab su chi. Si de lo bo tru be dro wa kun. Tru ba rang sang ka da long de shou. Hung, awareness, emptiness is the essence, is a lake-born lotus guru. I take refuge in the essence of the gathering of all sources of refuge. For all beings temporarily deluded by this transitory existence, may delusion purify itself and unravel in the expanse of original purity. Now in the middle of page 71. Hong ma rik zung zin tru pe jung bo nam. Tor ma di ke ta dre nang tu ting. Rang rik ye she bo gyur me pe ngang. Kor sung ye dro nang du tsam che de. Hung, negative forces unaware and deluded by duality. Take this torma and go to the state beyond extremes. The unexchangeable state of primal knowing is the boundary of protection that is primordially liberated from the three spheres of delusion. Okay, so now we have coaxed the obstacle makers out of the ceremony, and we've set up a sacred space here, as far as we can visualize or imagine that. It's good, even if you don't know the practices, to visualize that now we are in a purified sacred space in order to make this perfect offering that we're going to make. So we've kind of set the stage. We've cleaned the house, we've put out all the offerings, and then now we're going to ask for blessings from Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava, the namesake of the center, over here on the right side of the altar. We're going to ask him and his retinue to come and preside over the feast, like inviting friends to Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. Hungde chen pe ma kiwe shingamne kusung lun drup zo ke dorje chang ne de jinbo chok dung drup tse che ze kun za rup e gen du gyur. Home, from the blissful pure realm of the spiraling lotus, naturally self-accomplished 3 bodies, lake-born Vajra holder, please bless this place and grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis. May these offerings become the ornament of the display of total goodness. Om Mao Hung Benza Guru Bema Tucheng Sel Benza Samaya Ja Avishaya A Om Sarva Puja Mega Samu Hum Shri Ta. Oh, sorry, that's the refuge. Arang le damane pedun karu organ me dana koshetso ting jab yen la ke den chu gang we Usun rin shen pe don ba ge teng kyab ne kundu organ dorje chang Tsen pe bel ba tse gyel yung dang jil cha ye dorje yun pe te bum nam da da rin je ru pe gen gi zen Nge long na de chen zi jin par Kor du ca sun kya co jin dar dim Jin la tuk je cha be da la zi Gal gung o wo chi me ye shi kun Dung shun rak per de chak dak du zel Lu da long je de som ge we zo Kun zang je pe jin du mig ne bu De nit me sa ti du ma lu sha Se che kye wa kun gi yon ten gi Kyab dak che pu gun pu mim lar la Ning ne yi rang de pe so dep shing Zab de che ki cha jin be par kun Rang shen de we gu po kun dong ne Zho gam yin so ji si ne ki bar Gun po kyu ki nam da jin ye te Kakya go wa jin be den Kyab ne kundu kenze te chenpo Du nge ni me kyab chi rinpo che Nga de du be nar zin du shun ki So de bu la ne we nyu du zing Gong be long ne tuk je zel chun la Mö den da ki ning la jing ki lom 다당 찐만 유두든 바동 책당 든 몽을 줍셀두tum. And in English, back on page 73. Ah, before me in my ordinary form is Oregon's stainless Danakosha Lake, its profound depths filled with water of 8 qualities. In its center, atop a jeweled stem of a lotus, petals unfurled, is the Oregon Vajra holder in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Tsok, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand, a vase within a skull cup in his left, exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone. Within a vast expanse of 5-colored light, they blaze in the awesome splendor of great bliss. Oceans of the 3 roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessing and compassion. To the embodiment of the deathless primal awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered throughout the 3 times. All these I offer in the manner of Samantabhadra's vast clouds of offerings. I confess without exception all negative actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Sole sovereign of all the qualities, the victorious ones and their heirs, enlightened protector in your example of perfect liberation, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma. Amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others, I will, for as long as the countless ocean of beings endures, follow the example of your perfect liberation, enlightened protector. I dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space, great wellspring of wisdom and love in whom all sources of refuge converge. Sole precious refuge in these evil dregs of time, I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations and pray to you with great longing. Quickly look with love upon your child. Bring forth manifest energy of compassion from the expanse of your realization. Grant your blessings to my devoted heart. Swiftly show signs and indications, and pray bestow the supreme and ordinary siddhis. And at this point, we're going to recite the 7-line prayer 21 times. You can find the 7-line prayer on page 96, or it's the same prayer that we recited on page 7. So the English words that we just said for that last section of the text is what you can visualize, what you can bring up in your mind. Sometimes visualization is hard for some of us. You can just think of it as using your imagination. The Tibetan word is actually the same thing. Visualize and imagine. It's pretty much the same. It's the same word used. So create it in your mind. Actually, each one of us, when we're sitting here working on the liturgy, doing the liturgy, performing the ritual together, the more that we're able to integrate the 6 senses and the different ways that we're making noise and chanting and using our minds to engage the ritual, the more powerful it becomes, the more kind of interdependent and connected the ritual becomes, and the more interdependent we become as well. So go for it. Use your imagination. Think of Guru Rinpoche and his retinue right here, ready to receive, help us bless and then receive the feast. We'll recite the 7-line prayer 3 times together, and then we'll recite it the other 21 times we'll recite quietly. Orgen yugi nup jang tsam pemage sardong bola ya ten choking erdupni pema jung ne she sudak kor lu kandro mang berkor kegi jesu dak dupki Chigi lop chishik susa Guru bema siddhi hong Hong orgen yugi nup jang sam Bema ge sardong bola Ya zen jorging urdupni Pema jung ne she su cha. Kor du kandro mang be kor. Ke gi je su dak tu ki. Chingi lop chi shik su su. Guru pe ma si di hong. Hong orgen yugi nup chang sam. Pe ma ge sar tong bo la. Ya tsen cho gi ngu drup ni. Pe ma jung ni shi su tak. Kor du kando mang be kor. Kegi jesu tak tu ki. Chingi lop chi shek su se. Guru pe ma si di hong. Hong organ yugi nup chang sam. Pe ma ge sar tam pa la ya tsan choki. Pe ma jung ni shi. Kor du kando mang be kor. Kegi Guru Pema Siti Hong. And now we'll recite on the top of page 77. We'll just say the English. And this is a dynamic visualization, a dynamic imagination. You'll actually want to envision this. Due to my devoted prayers, 5 colored rays of light of primal knowing extend like filaments from both the point of union and the hearts of the Father and Mother Guru. As these filaments are absorbed into my heart, my mind stream is blessed and transformed. And now we'll turn to page 99, where you'll find the Vajra Guru mantra, Om Ahung Bensa Guru Pema Siddhi Hung. We're going to say a full mala 108 times. We'll sing the first 3 together. Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi. Om Ahum Pensa Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Pensa Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Now flip over to page 100. This section is called the purification of speech. These are mantras that are said to do just that, to help us purify speech. It's actually the Sanskrit alphabet, the Vajrasattva mantra, and then a mantra of interdependent origination. We're going to, just because this can be hard to do as a group, we're just going to read through it 3 times ourselves. Yeah, I want to make it as easy as possible. If you get through it once, while I've done it 3 times, that's awesome. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so we'll read through this page 3 times. Om a a Okay, then we will flip back to page 86 for the confession. Barbara, could you take a pause and light the candles and the lamps? Yeah, thank you. Oh wait. Yeah, go for it. So this portion of the text is a confession offering. It's a good time to reflect on mistakes or misdeeds and promise not to do them again. It's really powerful to confess in front of the visualization field that we've created here. If you'd like to, if it feels good, you can get up and make prostrations. You can make full prostrations if that feels good to you during this whole section. Om Jitok Dangpa Sangye Kuntu Sang Dorje Sempa Dorje Deshin Che Pao Chenpo Dewa Kyepegun Dagla Sebong Yeshe Chen Yeshe Adune Make Nini namda kyang tungo lobo shawa kyun ko le marik zung zin kenang nyam cha kun dak jen che ying yung e long du sha ben za sang we dak bo dor je dam jak pa kusong sang ma Kun song tuk sang samaya bungi dam le nyam shik tse le kya wa gang rab dung on shing yu pe to lo sha sa to nyam pa kun du gyur pe du da ne le ki nir zin dor je ka do hi Kayi chepa drakpo gyur gyur pe di chi drip gyur nga jen gyur shak shak hong du pe gyalpo yene dorje che miksu mi ching yam dak shak pa dred kundu zangbo ye zorik pe long du dre me pe che ying long du ah. Back to page 86 in English. Om, the first foundation, is the Buddha, total goodness. Vajrasattva is the Vajra, the Skand one. Great hero, protector of beings, think lovingly of me and look upon me with your eyes of primal knowing. Ah, primordially unborn, completely pure from the very beginning, and yet from conceptualization that incidentally arises as the face of delusion, all degenerations that are the circumstantial appearance of dualistic unawareness. I confess within the great purity of the inner expanse of the five mothers of the fundamental space of reality. Vajra, Lord of secrets, renowned Vajraband, of the hundreds and thousands of secret samayas of body, speech, and mind, whatever has damaged the bond or violated the commitment, with intense remorse and regret, I disclose and confess. Sattva, at the time when faults become degenerations, has passed, becoming extreme breaches of the injunction of the Vajradakinis who oversee conduct, and after that becoming obscurations which accumulate the causes for the great hell. These I confess. Hum, primordially king, original great Vajra, without point of reference, beyond degeneration and confession, total goodness, intrinsic space of awareness, complete from beginning, within the fundamental space of reality, beyond union and separation. Ah. Now we'll go to page 100 and we'll say the Vajrasattva mantra, which is the second prayer on that page. We'll do 21 of the long 100-syllable mantras and then one mala of the short. Om Benza Sato Hung is the short one. Go slowly for those of you who have never read this before. Just say it syllable by syllable. Don't worry about doing it 21 times or however many. Just read it and kind of integrate it as you read it. Om Benzasata Samaya Manupalaya Benzasato Denopa Dijadido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarasidi Me Prayata Sara Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Triam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Benzamami Muncha Benzipawa Mahasamaya Sato Om Benzasatu Samaya Manupalaya Benzasatu Denopa Teacher Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Saras Pratsa Sarakama Sutsame Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Savatatagata Benzamami Munja Benzibawa Mahasamaya To Om Benzasatu Samaya Manupalaya Benzasato Tenopa, Teacher Dido Mebawa, Sutokayo Mebawa, Supokayo Mebawa, Anurakto Mebawa, Sarasidi Me Prayata Sarakama Sutame, Chitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savatata Gata Benzamame Muncha Benzibawa Mahasamaya Sato, Om Benzasato Samaya Manapalaya Benzasato Tenopa. Okay, we'll shift to the short Vajrasattva mantra. Om Vajrasattva Hung. Om Vajrasattva Hung. Om Vajrasattva. Okay, now on the top of page 79. This is the actual blessing of the feast. So we've arranged everything, we've invited the guests, and we've excused the obstacle makers until later. And so now we're actually going to do the accumulations of the Tsok. So Tsok means accumulation. So you can start the process of visualizing. I'll go through this again when we get to the actual mantra recitation part. But you can start visualizing and imagining that this food and drink that we have on the table is becoming blessed, and it's multiplying, and I'll say more about it when we do the actual recitations, but this is like the magic part that we get to do, as if the rest of it wasn't magic. This is the actual transformation part of the practice. Okay, page 79. Hung a le chö ying dang nam ga ba lar om le nang si du yun sok su sham hung yi de chen ye she ro bar gyur shri yi tsa sum la tso ge ba kang. Barbara, at the end of this is where we'll do the Tsok from Hung, from a skull cup equal to the fundamental space of reality, from Om, the sense pleasures of appearance and possibility arranged within as the gathering feast. With Hung become the play of primal knowing great bliss. With Hri, the hosts of three roots, devatas, are delighted and fulfilled. Om Ah Hung Shri, Om Ah Hung Shri, Om Ah Hung Shri, Om Ah Hung Shri. 홍orgen 유기 늪장참 빼마게 sar동보라 야tzen 조깅을 접예 빼마 중내 시수작 골드 간조 망백골 계기 기 Duyun sola chendena Chingi lop che shek su su Ne chok diru jimbola Sok cho ye she du tsi gyur Dru cho da la wang si gur Ge dang lo den bar chi tsu 초당 된목을 줍서. In English, at Oregon's northwestern frontier on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many dakinis, so that I may become like you, I invite you to this feast of sense pleasures. Please come and grant your blessings. Send down your blessings to this excellent place and transform the feast offerings into the elixir of primal knowing. Bestow the four empowerments on me, the one who aspires to supreme accomplishment. Dispel obstacles, hindrances, and those who lead us astray. Grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis. Hulama jetsun pema tu drink zel, rigzin kadra tsok dang che ba yi, ca sun kundu gyewe gil korla, mugu dun chu drak bo tsu wa dem, dakshin go sun ge tso long che che, Nang si de yun ge gu ma zang me kun zang den chen zo ki ko lor bor tuk jet ge ze du jam kong gur chi sol wa de so guru rimbo che Jingi lop shi rigzin karo tso Mơ den bula chok tân ngơ drup tso Dam tsik nam chak tam je jang tu sơ. This one I'm going to read and then do because I need both hands. Chi nang sang wei ba che ying su tro. Jang chu bar du dre me je din ching se su nyam tok yar ngu dar shin pe sam pa lung gi drup par ching gi lo. So back on the middle of page 81 in English. Hung, noble Guru, Pema Totrengsel, together with your hosts of awareness holders and dakinis, to this mandala of victorious ones embodying all the three roots devatas, I pray with devotion and intense yearning. My three doors gathered virtue, enjoyments, wealth, and those of others, appearance and possibility, delightful sense pleasures with nothing incomplete. All this I offer as the great bliss, Gana Chakra of total goodness, supreme bliss. Lovingly accept this with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. I beseech you, Guru Rinpoche, grant your blessings, hosts of awareness holders and dakinis, grant the supreme and ordinary spiritual accomplishments to your devoted child. Please purify all degenerations and breaches of Samaya. Liberate outer, inner, and secret obstacles in fundamental space. Until my enlightenment, hold me inseparable. increase longevity, merit, meditative experiences, and realization like the waxing moon. Grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Om Ah Hung Benza Guru Bema Siddhi Hung. Now we'll flip to page 89 to do the Tsok accumulation prayers. There are 3 here. There's a long, a middle, and a short. We'll do 7 of the long, 7 of the middle, and we'll do the short mantra 108 times. You can imagine during this period, this is the kind of magic part where we, as using our imaginations, are imagining Guru Rinpoche, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all of our teachers, any of our teachers, and then other wisdom beings who are interested and benefited and would benefit from sharing the feast with us. So we think of this table of food and we can think of it multiplying, becoming clouds and multiplying cloud banks of offerings up into the sky, outside the building. Even you can think whatever is most creative for you, you can fill the room with the amounts of offerings, and then it ekes out of the windows, or however, whatever story you want to tell yourself about the magical nature of the things that we're doing. But most important is when your imagination of clouds or whatever you're imagining the offerings meets the beings for which we are making the offering, you can imagine that those beings are completely satisfied with what they are receiving. Maybe it's socks and shoes that they need, or some medicine, or a toy. It's a child person who is really wanting a toy or something. But whatever it is, that being is completely and totally satisfied with what they have received from our generosity here with transforming these items on the table. And we're saying the mantra, but we're also doing this imagination part. Really important medicine for all the sick people to be healed. Some people want a perfect place and condition, in perfect conditions to do practice. That's also a wonderful thing to offer. Sometimes I offer everything that this community of people here at PMC, whatever this community of people here that gather to do these practices and come and enjoy and can access their practice here in this space, I imagine that they get exactly what they need to be able to do that, and all other Dharma communities as well. So we'll start pretty slow with these prayers, and then we'll kind of speed up as we go through. Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Bendar Rikbe Soktor Sham Döndö Chase Tigle De Yön Tra Ngusar Sami Kyape Dam Sikti Rang Rik Tawa Sumgi La Sola Nime Nyambe Nang Du Chepabu Tokbe Jazer Tigle Tempo Shak Zunzin Jage Keme Ying Sutro Trunang Jitok Sepe Chene Drum Lundro Nang Shi She Dar Chene Kadak Shunu Bumgur Chang Chup Shong Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Benda Ringpe Sokto Sham Drunjo Taze Tigle De Yun Tra Ngusar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rang Rik Zawa Sumki La Sola Nime Nyangpe Nang Du Chepabu Tokpe Chazer Tigle Chenpo Shak Dungzin Dage Keme Ying Sutro Trunang Shito Sepe Chenne Dro Lundrub Nangshi Yeshe Darjene Kadak Shunu Bunker Chang Chup Sho Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Yinge Benar Rikpe Soktor Sham Dundra Taser Tigle De Yun Tra Musar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rang Rik Sawa Sumge La Sola Nime nyambe nangde chepa bo tokpe chaser tigle chenpo shak tsungzin jage keme ying sutro trenang shito sepe trenle drub nandra nangchi yeshe tarchene kadak shunu pungur chang chup shong ram yam kam ahung yingi na rigpe sokto sham drundruk tadir tigle yun tra ngusar sami kyape damsik di rangrik sawa sumgi la sokla nime nyambe nangdu chepa bo tukpe chaser tigle chembur shak tengten jake keme ying sudro chernang shito sepe tenle dro Nandra nangshi eshe tarchene kadak sunu bunker chang chup shom ram yam kam ahung yingi bendari be sokto sham juju tase tigle duyen dra ngusar sami kyape damsekti rangrik sawa sumge laso la nime nyampe nangdu chepabo tokpe tase tigle chempur shak zungzin Keme ying su dro, chunang shiko sepe chunle dro, hangzhe yeshe tarchen e kadak shunu bungur chang chup shong. Ram yam kam ahung yingye benda rikpe sokto sham jajur chase tikle duyen cha ngusar sami gyepe damsik di rangrik sawa simge la sola nime nyambe nangdu chepa bu tukpe chasur tikle chembur shak sungzin drage keme ying sutro chunang chunang shito sepe chunle drum lundro nangsi yeshe tarchen de kada shunu bumgar chang chup shong ram yam kam ahung yingi benda rikpe sokto sham jajur chase tikle duyen tra musar sami kyape damsik di rangrik sawa sumge lasola nime nyambe nangdu chepa bo tope dasar tikle chembur shak sunsin jage keme ying sutro chunang shito sepe chunle drop lundrum nangshi yeshe tarchene kadak shunu bungar chang jup shong. In English, Ramyam Kam Ahung. Within the skull cup of fundamental space, the ritual offerings of awareness are arrayed. The 6 lamps, rainbow rays, and spheres of light are the glittering, desirable qualities. This wondrous, inconceivable samaya. To the self-aware devata assembly of the 3 roots, the offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great sphere. Enemies and obstructors, the grasper and the grasped, are liberated in unborn fundamental space. Diluted appearance awakens in the basis and accomplishes the enlightened activities. Perfecting the primal knowing of naturally self-accomplished 4 visions, may I awaken in the youthful vase body original purity. In the middle length, Ram Yam Kam Ahung. Guru Tsa Sum La So La Duyen Long Che Tsok Che Bu Tam Sig Nam Chak Tam Che Shak Nyumon Drage Shel Du Tap Tren Le Rab Jan Lun Drup Tsen Tsok Ni Nir Dzog Ngur Drup Tsel Gana Chakra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Ahung Guru Tatum La Sok La Duyen Long Che Tsok Che Bu Tam Sig Nyam Chak Tam Che Shak Nyumong Drage Shel Du Tap Tren Le Rab Jam Lun Drup Tse Tsok Ni Nir Dzog Ngur Drup Tso Gana Chakra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Ahung Guru Tatum La Sok La Duyen Long Che Tsok Che Bu Tam Sig Nyam Chak Tam Che Shak Nyumong Drage Shel Du Tap Tren Le Rab Jam Lun Drup Tso Tsok Ni Nir Dzog Ngur Drup Tso Gana Chakra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Ahung Guru Tasum La Sok La Duyen Long Che Tsok Che Pu Tam Sik Nyam Chat Tam Che Sha Nyumon Drage Shel Du Tap Trine Rab Jam Lun Drup Tse Tsok Ni Nyur Tsok Ngur Drup Tse Gana Chakra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Tasum La Sok La Duyen Long Che Tsok Che Pu Tam Sik Nyam Chat Tam Che Sha Nyumon Drage Shel Du Tap Trine Rab Jam Lun Drup Tse Tsok Ni Nyur Tsok Drip so Gana Chakra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Tasum La Sok La Duyen Long Che Tsok Chipu Dam Sik Nyam Chat Tam Je Sha Nimon Drage Shel Du Tab Trine Rab Jam Lun Drip Tse Tsok Ni Nyur Tsok Drip so Gana Chakra Puja Ho. In English, Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum. To the Guru and the assembly of the three roots devatas, this wealth of sense pleasures is offered as the feast. I confess all deteriorations of Samaya. Neurosis, enemies, and obstructors are offered to the mouth of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast, enlightened activities. May the two accumulations be swiftly completed. Beso Siddhis, Gana Chakra Puja Ho. The two accumulations are accumulations of merit and wisdom. And what we're doing here with this visualization is a little bit of both, but a lot of merit. And the last feast offering mantra, we'll say it 3 times slowly and then 108 times together as we're doing the visualization. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahung Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahung Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahung Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingda Kahi. And before we launch into 108, that last word, Balinda, it's actually Balingta, Balingta, Balingta. Balingta. Okay. Ram Yam Kam Om Hum Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingda Kahi. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingda Kahi. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingda Kahi. Ramyam Kama Om Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Ujita Balinda Kai Ramyam Kama Om Ahum Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Ujita Balinda Kai Ramyam Kama Om Ahum Guru Devada Kini Gana Chakra Puja Ujita Balinda Kai. Okay. Next page, the swift accomplishment of wishes. Emma Ho Tsok sarpe ma dong po la Kung a ye she lun gi du pa la Rang jeng chen po pe ma yab yum ni Kan ro tin po tri la so wa de Sampa nyur du du par ching gi lo Lengen che pa ma tu ke pe ne dun pa che ma tu mu ge tsong kyu tsen chen pe mo la se che pe tse she ning ne kun lo orgen che sam pa nyur du dru pa ching ge lo Te dang su tin to la gom ba dang Te pe gyu do te yung o tsa she She ra pun tsum tsok pe nur dun po Sem chen kun gi gyu la rab suk ne Chik den ki ki den baru chin ze Sampa nyur du dru pa jing gi lo Ka la ni dang du nge mi de ken Jun po dun dang che pa dang Mi chu chen zin lang tra ji pa che Tse yi pa da tu pa yin ni kap kun Kyab da re sa shen du ma chi pe Tuk je shung si guru orgen je Samba nyur do nu par jingi lo. Back to the top of page 92 in English. Barbara, are you okay to deliver the plates? Wondrous. In the center of a lake, upon the stem and corona of a lotus flower, the fivefold body of the Devata of naturally self-accomplished primal knowing, great self-occurring Padma, father and mother, amidst vast clouds of Dakinis, to you I pray. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Due to the ripening force of negative actions, illness, demons, obstacles, war, strife, and famine are immediately ended upon remembering your face. From my heart, I beseech you, revered organ, please remember your promise. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Training in faith, morality, and generosity, freeing our minds by studying, having a sense of modesty, shame, and wisdom. These are the seven perfect. We want to do Rinpoche's plate first. Actually, before any of us get anything, Rinpoche's plate and wine for him. By freeing our minds by studying, having a sense of shame, modesty, shame, and wisdom. These are the seven perfect and complete treasures. Instantly cause them to perfectly enter the minds of all sentient beings, bringing happiness and joy to the world. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Whatever illness, suffering, and undesirable situations, spirits, demons, and oppression from the ruler. Gary, don't put it on the floor. Don't put it on the floor. Don't. You can let people take. Don't put the food's blessed now, so don't put it on the floor. Whatever illness, suffering, and undesirable situations, spirits, demons, and oppression from the ruler, fire, water, wild animals, dangerous paths, and terrifying situations, on all occasions which can threaten our lives, there is no other hope or refuge. Hold us with your compassion, revered organ guru. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. And we'll continue with the Dusam Sangye prayer, the concise clearing away of obstacles on the path, on page 95. Dusam Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngojuk Kudak Dewa Chember Sha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinghi Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Dong, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Go. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngujup Kudak Dewa Chempe Shap, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpa Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinghi Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Tang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chempe Shap, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpa Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinghi Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Dang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chempe Shap, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinghi Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Dang, Samba Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chemper Sha, Barche Kunzel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinki Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Dang, Samba Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Let's pause for a minute. We'll keep reciting this prayer. Barbara's going to come around with a tray. And she's going to, remember those obstacle makers we threw out at the beginning, we asked to leave? She's going to collect some of the offering from each of our plates to give to them. So if you don't mind, you can just pick something that is unwrapped and preferably not chocolate. To put on the tray, and then the later part in the ceremony we'll add a little bit more and then bring that out to give them some of the offering. So she'll start with the last person and then wind her way through all the way back to the first. And then we'll enjoy the feast after this part is finished. In the meantime, we'll continue to say the Dusam Sangye. One more little pronunciation thing. On the third line, it says Bard, Chhad. In Tibetan, that's actually a good spelling of the actual Tibetan letter there, this Tibetan syllable, but it's not pronounced like that. It's not pronounced Chad, it's pronounced Che, Bar Che. So whenever you see Chhad, you can pronounce it Che. Yeah. I'm saying it for this prayer because this is one we say a lot. And so it's really hard if you're saying Chad in the middle of it. It kind of trips up your tongue. So Dusam Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chember Sha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinghi Laptu So, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Dang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusam Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chemper Sha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinki Laptu So, Chinang Sangme Barche Shiwa Dang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusam Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chemper Sha, Barche Kunzel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinki Laptu So, Chinang Sangme Barche Shiwa Dang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinghi Lo. Dusam Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Kudak Dewa Chemper Sha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakpo Tsel, Solwa Debso Jinki Lap, Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwa Tang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Jinki Lo. Buddha of the three times, Guru Rinpoche, exalted great bliss, master of all accomplishments, wrathful manifest energy, dispeller of all hindrances and subduer of demons, to you I pray for blessing and transformation. Pacify outer, inner, and secret obstacles, and grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Okay, well, please enjoy the feast. Thank you for the special. There's two special Tibetan dishes on the table today. One is Tibetan tea, pöcha. Is it salt? Is it actually salt or sweet? Sweet. Okay. Lucky us. Tibetan tea is usually salty, and it's great when you're out at high altitudes, and you kind of lose a lot of your moisture, and the salt and the butter kind of help moisturize your insides. It's really great, but I'm happy that it's sweet tea. So we have some chai, and we have this rice dish with the cashews and almonds and raisins is called dresi, and it's a special rice dish that's cooked most of the time on Losar, on Tibetan New Year. So it's a really special dish. It usually has some this kind of interesting mushroom tuber thing that's hard to find in the U.S. So thank you to our friends from the other Padmasambhava Meditation Center in New York. These guys come from New York State, where the other Dharma center that's called Padmasambhava is located. It's the Kempo brothers, who are the two of Dudjom Rinpoche's students as well. So enjoy. So this is the lakma, which means leftovers. And Barbara and I are going to do a thing to also transform this appropriately and put it outside for the obstacle makers. And now on page 83 in the middle, we'll continue. So now you'll pick up the plate. La du jik din re pe tso, de yun a den la tor se, ben dang de we tin le zer, om ujita balingda kai hi. Did you put wine on the plate? Yeah, perfect. Okay, go ahead. Om Uchita Balengda Kahi. Om Benza. Om Benza Guru Pema City. 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 Haughty worldly spirits who gather the remainders, please accept this remainder torma endowed with the 5 sense pleasures and perform beneficial and joyous activities. Om Uchita Balengda Kahi. And we'll continue on the bottom of page 83. Tsok lame kil kor du, tsok kor wai, da shendo wa malupa, kil kor chik du parsho. Within the mandala of the lake-born Guru, by turning the wheel of the wisdom feast, may I and all beings without exception be liberated within one mandala. And we go to page 77 in the middle. La me ne sum hige du sum le, se karma ting sun jung ne su, rangi ne sun timbe go sum ki, tup chang ku song tu ki dor jil gur. Tarni lama korche o dusu, karmartik le hungi tsen baru, rangi ning tartim ba pela mektuk, rang sem yer me lengi chokorne. And then in English. Page 77. From the 3 syllables in the Guru's 3 places emerge 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own 3 places, my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Guru and his retinue dissolve into light, which becomes a white sphere glowing red and marked with Hum. As this is absorbed into my heart, the Guru's mind and mine join inseparably, and dwell in Dharmakaya. Ah, ah. To page 84. Hum ke me choku kalong ne, ga me la ku nang we cha, ri me tong sel nang du tim. In English. Hung, from the inner sky of unborn Dharmakaya, the unobstructed form of the Devata appears and dissolves into emptiness clarity, free from all direction. Ah, ah. Ke tsa chang shuv chen bor ngo, ngo wo rang chen tuk je tsel, orgen lama tso ke che, ku son lon jo ngun gi dru pa yi. And here's where we toss the rice, if you'd like. Tashi dampe delek shok. And now in English, we get a second chance. The roots of merit are dedicated to great awakening. The essence, nature, and compassionate manifest energy are the unsurpassed lake-born Lord of Organ, the spontaneously accomplished three bodies. May all be auspicious, sacred, joyous, and excellent. Lasso. Thank you for keeping the prayer wheel spinning the whole time. What a wonderful thing to have some younger energy in the room. It's wonderful. Please keep coming. Come to all the things. Oh, good. I love it. Okay, so that ends the formal part, and we'll do some prayers of dedication and longevity for the lamas. We will start with dedication prayers on page 17. And in spite of our effort in Tibetan this lovely afternoon, we're going to say these in English and give us all a little break. We'll start on page 17. Like the hero Manjushri, who attained knowledge of all things just as they are, and following Samantabhadra's example too, so I will emulate and train in all of that, and thus make supreme dedication of all of this virtue. All the victorious ones of the three times, whatever dedications they have supremely uttered, and all these roots of virtue as well, I supremely dedicate in order to accomplish the deeds of the excellent. The precious supreme mind of awakening, may it be born in those who have it not. Wherever it has arisen, may it never degenerate, and may it always grow greater and greater. May the great tradition of the Bodhisattva abbot, the Vajra master, and the Dharma king pervade and flourish through the three realms of this world. May the experiences of all beings never be separate from the three jewels, and may there be virtue excellence throughout the three times. And let's take a little break. We're going to turn to page 49. Page 50, and recite Tsok Rinpoche's long life prayer, the short version. Tsok Rinpoche is up there next to Dujum Rinpoche on the altar. Tsok Rinpoche is 98. He lives in Sikkim and is just practicing for all of us right now. Om. Holding the treasury of the teachings of Samantabhadra's heart, raising the victory banner of study and practice amidst this time of degeneration. Glorious Guru, may your you with me? Yep, those are some batteries. We can switch those out.
Okay, so
Let me,
there we go. One battery.
Michael Goldstein, interesting, okay.
Oh wait, wow. What is
Did you
that?
find a battery?
Yep, got it.
Awesome. Maybe take 2 out of